Ba-boom! Welcome everyone to another episode of Roll for Frog with me, your Marshmaster, and my friends, the Hoppy Heroes. And we have an extra special guest today. It's not just Pocket Bard, it's also one of my other friends, Jose, who is joining us for a little part of the adventure. We'll sort of see where it takes us. And we're not gonna, I guess, waste too much time. What else do I always say in the introduction? I already forgot. Anyway,
Pocket Bard.
Pocket Bard. I already mentioned Pocket Bard. We're listening to Beats Pocket Bard. There's a new update for the PC version, so you should, if you already have it installed, update yours. Also, this video is coming out in like 6 weeks, so if you haven't updated your Pocket Bard in a while, you're behind, honey.
Also buy groceries.
Also, buy groceries and eat dinner before the game starts. Anyway, last we left off, you guys had gotten a mission from the Baron to stop these sort of people making maps that he didn't really want made, and it led you to the dock ward where you went to various shops, you helped out various guilds, chose, for example, to help out children escaping from the police rather than helping the police. And in doing so, led you to the Ship's Prow, one of these sort of sailor taverns. And in the Ship's Prow, found out about sort of a smuggling ring going on. They had killed the old owner of the Ship's Prow and taken her place, and confronted this woman that had done that, and a fight broke out, but you were helped by the dock ward denizens that you had helped earlier, so the Dung Sweepers Guild came to your aid, and these children came to your aid to distract additional foes that would have shown up a lot earlier. We saw the return of Nola killing someone again, and Blossom using this divine power that is somewhere locked inside her. Yeah, strange tidings. Garrick and Fletcher went back to the Trollskull Manor, met up with the Baron there. Baron was invited in and shown around, and gave you guys the reward, which was a Goggles of Night Vision and some money. The goggles now worn by Garrick. Alright. And Blossom went to the Temple of Sune, where children braided her hair. Flair went home, where her dad was very happy that this band of mysterious drow had been arrested by someone that didn't even stick around to claim a reward, and thus the money was donated to the Temple of Ilmater instead. And Nola heading to the Pantheon Temple of the Sildarian. Which is where we're gonna pick up today's adventure, with Nola heading to the Pantheon Temple of the Sildarian. And as described before, sort of a typical elven architecture in the middle of a city that doesn't have any other elven architecture. I have this little picture here. I'll inform you guys now at home, don't delete your Roll20 library, because you'll have to set everything up again. It's a wonderful experience, really. But that also means there should be in Pocket Bard a temple. Well, it's this one, I think. It's called Tainted Chapel, but it's temple-y enough, in my opinion. So yeah. Nola, you stand in front of this building. The sun has gone down at this point. Streets are a little bit quiet because this is dinner time, right? After dinner time, you'll see sort of traffic pick back up again and people start moving around again, but for now it's a bit quiet, as you can already see sort of the moon currently hidden behind some clouds. We can clearly see just this thin veil of clouds. Have you been in this building before?
Yes, she has been there on a couple of occasions.
So loud. I'm gonna turn you down. Yes, continue.
I know it's good. Now she has been there on a couple of occasions, but right now she's going there with a clear intention. Before she was sort of looking, not really sure for what. Now she's going there because she knows what she needs.
Sure. So, you make your way in, and you can see, sort of matching with this picture, torches inside with these blue stained windows, giving it sort of a very warm and welcoming, hearty glow, as the last trails of sunlight sort of still illuminate the ceiling area in a blue light, but the torches giving this red glow. Um, and you can see that there is, an elven cleric currently putting some books away or some scrolls away on a shelf. There's various others a bit further in, just quietly whispering to each other. I imagine there's probably a monastery attached to this where the clerics will be eating in a short while, so you can already smell sort of the scent of some elven cooking coming from some room further in. Yeah, you just stand there, sort of look around. Every time you've been here before, it sort of matches this energy where it's sort of a very, you know, go your own way until you ask for help type place. They don't come up to you immediately and ask what's wrong.
She would go for sort of a walk around the temple, but essentially heading to the shrine of Corellum.
Sure.
Assuming there are some benches or anything that she can sit on.
Definitely.
Maybe copying certain moves that she saw from Blossom. She would sit there for a couple of minutes trying to get her thoughts together, to process everything that just happened both today and in the past few weeks. And then, in a whisper, just loud enough to help her focus on what she is saying, Nola would start to pray. I'm sorry, I don't think I've ever done this properly before, but I think it's time. I went on long enough on my own, hoping that my own skills and just myself would be enough. Maybe it would have been if my life went another way, if I just stick to the university and whatever normal life was laid out for me. But now the Eleonora that I am is just not enough. I cannot protect my friends. No matter how hard I try, I end up hurting others, and I can only stand by and watch the closest ones to me getting hard and on the verge of death almost. I almost died. I know that I'm destined to see more. I know that they ought to live longer than this. So, I'm asking for your help. You are, in a sense, my father, and I don't see why a parent would turn the child in need. And I'm very much in need of someone wiser, of someone stronger leading me. So forgive me if I phrase it wrong, or I don't know what to say or how to say it properly, but I can be your vessel if that means that you can help me help my friends. I need means to protect them, and I know that I'm just not strong enough to do this or skilled enough, or I cannot see them fall. Not like this, not in the sewers, not in gray areas where no one will find us. Each and every one of them has dreams, and they deserve to see those dreams come true. Please, I need your help.
As you sit there quietly, you can see out through one of these blue-hued, blue-stained windows. for a moment, and maybe it's your imagination, just a single shooting star through the sky. And as you sort of lower your shoulders and relax for a moment upon seeing that, you feel there's something maybe in your pocket that wasn't there before. You don't remember putting a piece of paper in your pocket.
I take it out, unfold it, and look at it.
Or even just looking at it, there is just a light blue piece of paper that has a star on it. And as you fold it open, it just reads, "I'll help you to help you."
And this sense of relief, but also perhaps hope. There's a single tear that's just going down Nola's cheek as she gently folds that paper bag and holds it against her chest. She looks up to the place where she might have seen the falling star. Thank you. I will do my best not to fail.
Right? And as you look at that piece of paper, it's turned into just a light blue flower, like a lily. Like each of the corners of the paper curled around and is now become a petal instead.
Nola very gently holds it and looks for a place in her bag where the flower would not be squished. And
I assume she would have some type of jar or empty bread
exactly.
box on her.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Place it there and spends another hour, maybe a little bit more, at the temple, gathering her thoughts and just listening to her inner self, maybe trying to reach some deeper level of knowledge that she feels is there but just can't quite reach it yet.
You'll probably notice after about half an hour of sitting there, some footsteps gingerly, quietly make their way over to you. Would Nola have her eyes closed as she's sitting there? Or are you
Maybe
also
not
taking
fully
in the...
closed. Maybe not fully closed, but perhaps like looking on her knees as she sits down, not really paying attention to the surroundings.
Right. Even though she's not paying attention to her surroundings, you would notice someone quietly approaching you, coming to a halt, not in your aura, but close enough that it's clear that they have something that they might want to say to you, but wanting to give you your peace if you're not interested.
Hello. Am I interrupting something?
Who you see standing before you, a male elf, mm, probably pretty old for as far as elves go. Um, who's just wearing, comfortable evening clothes, not fully decked out in vestments, but, proper enough, who addresses you in Elvish. Um, and he says, we are about to have a dinner and are wondering if you'd want to join. If you have nowhere else to be, or if you'd simply want some community or some good food, you are welcome at our table.
I would really like that.
Of course.
Can I just get one more minute?
Of course. It is over there in this chamber, and he sort of gestures off to where the monastery entrance is. And you can find us there.
Thank you. What's your name?
Thalivar.
Eleanor.
Shake your hand.
I will be there. Thank you.
Of course. And you see, as Thalafar leaves, he was actually the last one in the temple proper, so you're now just fully by yourself. You can hear the sound of some cutlery and plates being set down in the room further, but you're fully by yourself.
But weirdly enough, Nola does not feel alone. She has this sense of peace that just shove away all the panic and fear that she was carrying in her those past few days. The quest was over. They all made it out. And she might be able to achieve what she wants to. Maybe she will find another community that will greet her in, of her kin. This is a very peaceful moment for her, a first one in a long time. And only now she realizes how stressful those past weeks were. So now it's going to take another 10, maybe 15 minutes, and then head to the monastery for the dinner.
Sure. You see that they have, a salad and a typical elvish meal, various types of wines and meads, and simple conversation about the goings on in the city. They're not necessarily talking about elvish culture, but if you seem interested in talking about that, they clearly want to engage in conversation with you. Um, would you mention to them, for example, your experiences with going to Evermeet? Or would you sort of keep that to yourself?
I think that on this very first dinner, she would engage in some small talks, maybe try to get to know the company and feel the dynamics, feel what she is really getting herself into. So she wouldn't go too deep into her own story. Maybe if someone mentioned it, then she would jump into that conversation, like join off, but it wouldn't come from her directly, not yet.
Sure. There's various figures there. They would introduce themselves to you. You would get to sort of know their story, but I think that's something we could work out just with the two of us at a later point, so you also have it all nicely in writing, because I know Nola would remember, and if I tell you right now, we're gonna miss some details. Does that sound agreeable?
Yep, certainly.
Excellent. So
Thank you.
you have a great evening, and where would you head for that night? They do offer, if you want, that you could stay at the monastery that night. Or if you have anywhere to be, you are welcome tomorrow or anytime you want to talk or just be at a place of, community.
Thank you. This certainly feels nice. I'll definitely be coming back when time allows. But
Of course.
thank you for everything and for the invitation, and just thank you.
Have a very good night.
And so do you. And she would go straight home after that.
Great. You can see, at this point it's 10 p.m. Would you have gone home any earlier or any later?
No, I think Nola would just let the night flow, and as everyone would go, she would also leave.
Right. So let's say 10 p.m.
Yep.
And you get to your house, you can see the lights are still on. Um, you know, the normal business as you enter. Sort of hear the voices from the living room go, "Welcome home."
Hi.
You had a late night working again?
No, not really. I went to the church.
As you walk around the corner, you can see once again in their seats that they're always in, your parents, both with the book open. They're on the same page. They're trying to discuss the book together, probably when you came in. And you went. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I went to the church. I was with the group earlier, and then we all sort of split our own ways, and it felt right.
That's okay.
I know it's okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, how do I explain this? Your mom sort of gestures to your dad and herself. We just don't really have that connection with it. You know, our parents didn't, so we really never really picked up on that culture. But it's wonderful that you're so interested in it.
Well, if you want, and you know that it's never too late to learn, then you might just join me sometime. If you want to.
Maybe sometime.
Sure. I'm gonna head upstairs. It was a long and eventful day.
All right. Have a good night, sweetheart.
You too, thank you.
And so you all find rest somehow. The Baron takes his leave after you show him around, and, well, he's unimpressed, but he sees potential. Is there anything else you want to do before this rests? Alright. The following morning. Each of you is awoken by a pigeon tapping on the window.
Man.
Oh, I was hoping for just one day of rest.
Well, at least this window is intact.
I'll throw like one of the many pillows just at the window.
You hit her face.
Garrick, are you getting it?
Huh?
Get
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
get
Oh,
the
yeah,
bird.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Don't eat it.
What? It's not even made. Like, why should I?
It's fine. Just,
Why are we getting a bird anyway? Like,
I don't know.
just open up the window and shoo. Shoo.
As you open the window, and the pigeon sort of hops a little bit closer towards you, it opens its mouth, and then you hear, "This is an animal messenger from Blackstaff Tower. You have been invited to visit Blackstaff Tower at your earliest convenience. Thank you.
Hit
Don't forget
snooze.
to pay the messenger."
Hit snooze.
The bird just talked. And we
Yeah,
have to pay the messenger.
pay. You have the party funds.
I don't think a bird needs gold.
Just give him some salami then.
I ate all the salami, but I have some bread left.
Okay.
Just
Naps it, nods his head, tries to fly off, but did you give him a whole slice of bread, or just like a
I
piece
just
of bread?
like
Oh, just a piece of bread, yeah. So it takes it and then sort of flies off. And this is for each of you, right? The same message. Is there anyone that doesn't just open the window and shoo the pigeon away? Is anyone taking other actions? Blossom, what are you doing as you're at the Temple of Sune? This beautiful white marble room with archways and a canopy above the bed, and you just hear this pigeon outside.
Like a Marmaduke in the bed as well.
Meow. Marmaduke rolls over and shows you his belly. Meow.
Turns around, tries to ignore the pigeon.
Oh, it's hard to ignore. It's so hard to ignore. At some point you hear footsteps coming toward your room. Blossom, are you awake?
Yes.
Sounds like Lydia.
Yes.
Why is there a pigeon outside your window?
I don't know.
Have
Go
you gone to
away.
inquire? The young ladies downstairs have been awoken by it as well, and I had hoped they would sleep for another 2 hours so that I could sleep for another 2 hours, to be honest.
I'm very sorry.
Yes. Can you go shoo it away? What a devout paladin you are. Thank you so much for your service in, you know, being great with nature. She nods sarcastically
Yes.
and then heads out.
holy teenager.
I'll open the window.
This is an animal messenger from Blackstaff Tower. You have been invited to visit at your earliest convenience. Don't forget to pay your messenger. It's for everyone the same message, right?
No.
Pecks at the windowsill.
Go.
Hops a little bit closer toward you.
No. Mm.
He sadly bobs his head down, walks toward the edge of the windowsill, turns around one last time.
Sure.
And then hops off the side, opens his wings a little bit too late, so his feet just barely scrape across the floor, and then he starts heading off.
Just doesn't open the wings.
It's done. No
No
food.
bread,
I
no
guess
life.
I'm done. Is that meme with the skateboard? No head. Chaka.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Does anyone take other actions than heading to Blackstaff Tower at their earliest convenience?
Fire blast the bird. No, yeah, let's
Very
go.
small thing, but Nola would make sure that she has a proper container for the flower that she listed last night and pack it with her.
Fletch, we need to go to that tower thingy.
Yeah.
I think it's a message from the Baron or something.
Do we eat on the way? Where is this tower, by the way?
It's there.
Where's there?
There. You see, I'm pointing at it through the window,
To the wall.
right across the streets, through these there. You see, around there.
That's far away.
Like we have nobody tell us not to take a carriage.
Come on, we can walk.
Why?
I mean, why do you always want to spend money on carriages?
Because I don't want to walk.
I'll buy you breakfast if you walk with me.
I'm out the door. That's a bad trade, man. The carriage would be cheaper.
Fletcher and Garrick are still at the
The manor.
tavern. And now Blossom will probably still first head there because she has no idea where this is. So
Sure. The Blackstaff Tower is in the castle ward, so it's sort of central in the city. It's built up against the mountain on the other side of the market. So the easiest way to get there is probably to go across the market to get to the tower proper. So that would mean for Nola going a bit north toward the castle ward, because I believe you live near the trade ward, right? Sort of on that.
In the trade world, yeah.
So you'd go north a little bit. For everyone else, you'd go south. And probably meet at the market or heading toward Blackstaff Tower. You can see it's not that early in the morning because the Blackstaff has manners. You know, it's like 9, 10-ish, but you guys had a rough day yesterday. So you can see the market is already in full swing. Carts being loaded to and fro, so you're gonna have to sort of navigate, but manage to run into each other enough on your way toward Blackstaff Tower. And you see Blackstaff Tower, not that tall. It is made out of this beautiful sort of black stone. There is an archway connecting it to a building on the other side of the street, and it has this large sort of windmill thing with like 6 or 7 spokes that is just slowly turning as well. A little pointed roof, most notably no doors. And you can see that there is another woman sort of already maybe arms crossed staring at this tower. What is the expression of this woman that they see?
She is maybe smiling a little bit, and is. Can you walk like around the tower?
Yeah.
Then what you see is she starts walking again, and she's just gonna walk around the tower. Maybe looks like she maybe done this a few times already, and has a little bit of a smile on her face.
What is she wearing? Oh yeah, you can describe her. Yeah.
Yeah. She looks female. She has a little bit like a pony, brown hair, ponytail. She's wearing like very modest priest clothes. They're dark, a little bit brownish. They're very worn. Like the ends, if you can see them, they're very scuffed. And what she's wearing is a staff and a shield. And she's also very, very skinny, like almost like she never really eats. Maybe doesn't have the money to eat, like that.
Sure. What does the rest of the group do as you see this woman also clearly interested in Blackstaff Tower?
I probably have like a bucket with like meat on a stick that my brother bought me. He's like, it looks like she's also wanting to come here. But
Is
she
that-
got also like a pigeon or something.
Is that the Blackstaff?
Is it?
Yep, that's it.
Why doesn't it have those? That's
That's a good question.
Maybe it's supposed to look like a black stuff, and stuffs do not have windows.
There should be light inside. Are they already not
I'm
have
pretty sure they do have
sunlight?
magical light inside. They wouldn't
but-
sit in the dark.
like sunlight?
Well, there is a certain spell, but I don't think that's going to work here.
Maybe that lady over there knows about what's going on.
Do you think
Just
she's looking
me?
for us? Oh,
Just walking over.
Sure.
if she wasn't, now she is.
What does this lady see walking over to her? Sort of physically describe your character.
A big ass dragonborn.
All right, there you go. It's a big ass dragonborn.
Dragonborn. Pretty overweight. Blue from scale. Simple clothing with weird ass goggles on his forehead now. Wears a big drum on his back that is pretty much like, as you see in the artwork. With a bucket of meat on a stick in his arm.
Excellent. And who would be following close behind? Or is everyone else just staying away as Garrick approaches this lady?
No, I will shock.
Oh.
Sure, you can stay behind if you want to. You know, don't feel any
No,
pressure.
it's
no,
my
will also
brother.
just walk. Maybe not run up to him to like, but she will follow that way.
yeah.
Sure. So you see, Maddie, you would see a colorful group approaching you, right? Sort of led by this large dragonborn with a huge drum and a big bucket of meat on his person. But also, you know, followed by this figure. If you could sort of give a little physical, we can see it, of course, but just a little sort of a body language check.
I mean, Garrick just went, so Flair is just following. Like, okay, we're doing that. Okay, that was a quick one.
Sure. See, and also, I don't know. Can you guys? Oh, and then also this friend.
Yeah, Fletcher's just walking shoulders down, like it's still early. Also like, oh Garrick, come on, and just following a little bit. But yeah, it's like okay, well, guess we're talking.
All right.
Boston would have had her hair braided still. Did they take out the ponytail or did they like do it inside of it? That's my question.
Would Blossom have allowed them to take out the ponytail?
Yes.
Sure. Then they
If
would
they
have taken
wanted
out.
to braid it.
Yeah. Then they would have taken out the ponytail.
And she's like also had like this red scarf across it as well with the little braids. And just walking like, okay, this early.
Yeah. You see, instead of hair in a ponytail, immaculately braided. Somehow she slept on this, but it's beautiful. It's stunning. There's no frizz. It's Daenerys Targaryen style, right? It's really nicely done. Last but not least. Oh no! I think I deleted this one accidentally because this
Oh
one is not
no!
working.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry. I will have to get back to you about Nola's outfit.
It feels targeted.
I didn't do this on purpose.
Don't delete
No, I'm
your
kidding.
stuff.
Anyway, Nola is going to have a slight spring to her step, probably the only happy to be there in awake one. Curiously
It was
just
a
looking
pigeon.
around. Oh, I had flower seeds in my room. The pigeon was very happy with that. I
Was it
don't bite the pigeons. Come on, it's not that early. It's already almost 10. Look at the market.
No, it was a
Could have been
pigeon.
worse.
It's the issue. Then
Oh,
you have a cat.
You have
who's
issues with cats. You have issues with
completely
pigeons. What do you not
useless.
have issue with when it comes to animals?
None of them.
All right, there you
See,
have it.
this is the problem.
This one. How do I? Nope, it's not. It's on the GM layer. That's why. Token layer. Beautiful. Control Shift Z. That one. I know all the hotkeys. Don't worry about it. So yeah, just the only one that looks happy to be there, and Garrick probably also. You know.
Yeah,
just
I
friendly. Hmm.
How much
Alright.
sewage is on that mage hand?
Yeah, the poor
None, because I gave it a bath. Is it magical? Yes. Do I still wash it? Also, yes. Wash your hands.
All right. Anyway, Garrick,
Ah.
what do you say? Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Hey, why is there no door?
I don't know myself. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning. Hi. Sorry, I promise. He just looks intimidating. He's very friendly. It's fine. We are also supposed to get into the Blackstaff Tower, and we are wondering. We saw you walking around and thought maybe you found the entrance by the time that.
I look intimidating.
No, you don't.
You don't look intimidating. Everybody knows you from the taverns.
He's not intimidating. It's
find him
fine.
You find him intimidating, Nola?
Well, he is tall, and just generally dragon-looking.
I mean, so is Fletcher.
Yes, and I also do find Fletcher intimidating, especially when he makes that face.
Flares on fire and has a big axe. That's intimidating.
Are we in a contest right?
Kind. No, it's. Oh, never mind. Anyway,
What?
hi. Sorry for just jumping out of nowhere.
Sorry about
That's Garrick.
this
The
whole
one on flame
interaction.
is Flare. The one that's complaining is Fletcher. This one here in full armor is Blossom, and I'm Nola. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Maddie.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. En als je haar hand naar je toe reikt, wat je dan ziet
English.
is...
English.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm
I
used to role-playing in English and describing in Dutch. So when she reaches her hand towards you, you notice like burns around her hands and like the upper part of her arm, and you also see maybe a little bit of white stuff like still on her hands, and she shakes your hand.
The hand would feel a little bit waxy. Like she put a lot of body cream on, maybe.
Oh, this way. Okay.
No, I haven't noticed an entrance either, and I've been walking circles around it for like a few hours now.
Okay. Hmm.
But
Maybe
will
we can
endure.
knock on the wall.
This is kind of strange.
Hello!
I'm getting out my thieves' tools.
You're
Not
right!
not everything can be solved by shouting.
We arrived! Hello!
Can I check if there's a secret door or something?
Sure, make a perception check. Or
I'll walk with-
investigation.
So, Maddie, have you, I don't know, touched the wall? Or
No.
do you touch
Just-
the wall? Maybe.
Let's touch the wall. I want to
gonna-
touch the wall. Yeah.
Let's touch the wall.
I'm gonna knock on the wall.
Sure, as you knock on the wall, Diagon Alley style, all the bricks start sort of turning away from you until it reveals an archway.
Found it.
Yeah, that's
And you
cool.
can
This
see,
door.
standing on the other side of the archway, like a 15, 16-year-old kid, sort of just there, in the middle of something, sort of looks over to you, says, "Oh, hi there.
Hello.
What's
Hello.
up?" He walks over, puts the tea somewhere on the table, and then walks back over. "Hello, how can Blackstaff Tower be of service to you?"
There was a pigeon told us to come here.
I believe
Oh,
we are summoned by the Archmage.
I see.
Right.
Yes, the Archmage did inform me that she would be summoning some people this morning. My name is Colin, and I am her apprentice. And you can step right in. I think she is not having a meeting right now, so well, I will pour you some tea, and then we can make our way over to her office. You see, he's trying to make a good impression, but he's awkward.
We also have
Thank you.
coffee.
I could summon some for you. Yes,
That would be great.
you got it. Anyone else
All
coffee?
No, I'm okay.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
2 coffees?
Yep.
Alright. 4 coffees. You got it. I get
I
it.
just asked for
I
like a triple shot
get
of
it.
espresso. This
As
was
you
an
step
option.
in to this chamber, much larger, still round, but much larger on the inside. A large circular carpet, very fluffy, with some sofas sort of also centered around a central circular table. Windows that give a beautiful view as if there were windows that you didn't see from the outside. Two spiral staircases actually that go up both ways with rooms leading off, even though from the outside this was just a cylindrical tower with no rooms to be seen. There is sort of a large gold what do you call this, like spirally thing with planets moving, you know, like a ornamental decorative piece hanging in the center of this. Well, you don't really see the ceiling, but it's hanging down from somewhere.
Whoa.
And you see Colin
So
just sort of heads
beautiful.
off into a little kitchen that just looks like a normal kitchen attached to this tower. Almost if there's a little rectangular building just sort of scooted in there with a very tiny kitchen where he just starts prepping some coffee and some tea. But you can see he's using Prestidigitation, then Mage Hands, and all the magic available to him. You can even see like dishes start doing itself as he just sort of snips his fingers at it, and then within 2 minutes comes out with 4 coffee and 4 tea.
Oh, we should do that in tavern. I need
Yeah.
to learn that. Yeah. Oh, I have an idea.
And then he sort of gestures outward, and you see all the cups that he has sort of float off toward you. Oh, yes, we have teas as well. Snips his fingers, and a tea box appears on the table.
Thank you.
I
I'm
will
gonna
go.
look for raspberry.
Yes, and I will go make sure that the Blackstaff has time for you right now. But I think he
Thanks.
does, so don't be worried.
Alright.
Not really worried.
Is it
I'll
good?
just sit down.
You see he grabs what sort of looks like a skateboard, sets it at the bottom of the stairs, steps on it, and it just starts moving him up the stairs.
Oh, I want that. That's cool.
So, do you guys? Why were you guys summoned here?
No.
I don't know.
No
Probably
idea.
for a
Okay,
job, but we do not know much more than that.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah.
My superiors just said that I needed to go here, so here I am.
Oh,
We're
And,
superiors.
That sounds better than a pigeon.
You work for Arthur? Arthur?
Me?
Arthur.
No, I don't. Who is he?
Oh, this is just some guy. It's good. If you don't
he was our
work for him, you
connection,
don't
so
work
we
for him.
just
We just assumed.
We are working for them.
Can I do a history check to see if I could figure out who they mean by Arthur?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a first name. There's so many guys named Arthur in this city.
Okay, true.
Yeah. It's like you
keychain
could make
with
a
the
history
name.
check and see if one of the people you work with is coincidentally named Arthur. You could roll this history check. Sure, let's see what happens.
The keychain with the name in Waterdeep is sold out everywhere.
Wow. Nice.
You actually
I
don't
don't think
know
you know
anyone
it,
named
Arthur.
Arthur.
I
see.
I feel like Dumpstead.
Yep.
Well, it's a -2. That's exactly our level.
Ah,
Yeah.
the same choice that everyone else made, except for Nola.
No, it's just
I know,
Fletcher
I
neither.
know.
Blossom.
I did the wisdom and that was bad.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't do that.
Just
Nola, I
the
like you.
Constitution.
Nope.
Oh. I hope she pays well. Like, we need to. Oh, by the way, we took these. And I'll just show the ones that didn't see the goggles
Oh,
yet.
that's good.
Ooh.
Helpful.
Fletch told me to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Still feel a bit kind of bad because I kind of need the gold.
Oh, it's fine. Trust me, you need this way more than we need the
Yes.
gold.
Hmm.
See, told you.
However,
It's
I
an
do
investment.
enjoy pink light, but this is better.
And investments are smart.
I mean, if Nola's bleeding out again, you know you made the right choice.
By seeing that she's bleeding out,
No, I
By
don't
being
think she
able
is.
to heal her.
yeah.
It's fine though. They have a lot of magic here. Can you do
Oh,
all this magic,
maybe-
Nola?
Fletcher, I'm an apprentice at the
Yeah, but
professor's at
I
the
see-
wizard school. This is Archmage's Tower. Do you really think that question has a place here?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I saw you do the mage hand before. I think prestidigitation might be also possible. I mean, you could make this coffee, I believe.
Oh, I thought you meant the whole tower.
Oh no, I'm
No.
not that stupid.
Okay.
Oh, but I thought. Oh.
And also,
Huh.
no, I didn't take that specific course. I went to different instead.
I actually have like an. I have an.
Yee. All right, I'm back.
Huh.
Oh yeah,
Right.
she does actually have time right now. You can all bring your drinks up, but you're not allowed to spill it because then I have to clean it.
It's empty, so I'm good.
Yeah, just wait. Ha! Ha!
Don't do
Make a
that.
Constitution saving
Come
throw.
here.
Oh no!
Yeah, you burn your mouth.
Don't
You're not gonna be able to taste food for the next day.
worry, brother.
No! Oh,
Don't worry, brother. Now you're a red dragon for a while.
That's what you do. That's why you don't do that with a hot drink.
Why didn't you blow on it?
I'm sorry, I'm
Can
not
I-
a cleric. I cannot help you.
Can I ride your cool skateboard thingy?
Oh, no.
Every time.
He gets on
always.
it and he starts going up slowly. You can see he went up so fast with it, but he starts going up slowly to match a speed that you guys would have going up these stairs by foot. And as you're making your way up, you see heading down on the other stair, just another sort of apprentice-looking man with sort of blonde hair swept to the side, who sort of makes eye contact, nods, and then heads into another side room where you can see a large library is sort of off, but it's on the other stair, right? So your guys are not going to reach that place. And you get to a closed double dark oak wooden door, arched on the top. And Colin knocks on the door. It says, Lady Mage Blackstaff, the adventurers are here. And you can hear from the other side a voice. Ah! Wonderful! Let them in! Alright, well, I can let you in. And he opens the door.
Thanks. Oh. Just walk in.
So tired.
Stairs, so many stairs.
Alright.
It's good for you.
And you step into an office. It looks a little bit messy, like how you would expect a wizard's office to look, right? It's not this pristine steel and iron type place. Instead, a very warm, candelabras and beautiful stained glass windows and just bookshelves and scrolls, and some things are laid open on the desk. And
Nola's
you can see
room.
sitting. Oh yeah, this is the kid that had been helping you out, by the way. Yeah, you can see sitting behind the desk. Maybe not as old as some of you would have imagined her. Probably late 30s at most. A human woman. She is wearing this beautiful sort of gray coat that is clearly sort of very wizardly, right? And sort of leaning against her desk, a ornate black staff. She looks like she's just about finishing a sentence, sort of puts a dot on it, puts her quill in a little pot of ink, closes the book, lays it off to the side, and then looks up and makes eye contact with each of you for a moment, just sort of acknowledging your presence. And then she says, "Welcome, please sit." She snaps her fingers and chairs appear for each of you.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Well, I am very glad you could come at such short notice. I am Vajra Safar, the Blackstaff of Waterdeep, also known as the Archmage of Waterdeep, in case you hadn't been informed, and each of you has come highly recommended by a council that I took for the quest that I have, announced that I would be, putting out. I don't know else you would put put out a quest, I suppose. You see, I'm fairly certain you are familiar with the current goings-ons in Waterdeep. There has been a lot of attention on our city with the leaving of Open Lord Decult Neverember and the rumored vault that he has left behind somewhere. It's attracted interesting adventurers that have good stories to tell, but it has also attracted lots of more scrupulous figures. And thus, Open Lord Lady Laurel Silverhand asked me to look into the magical defense of the city, make sure everything's up to snuff, that we, aren't pushing any boundaries, and I did in fact find something interesting and strange that I've not fully been able to identify, which is where you come in. I put out a call saying that I would need some people with various types of skills, not just mages, but talkers and movers and shakers and people with weapons, a group of people that work well together to help me out with this, because I don't quite know what skills will be needed for the quest that I have. Of course I will be paying you for this, but you each came recommended by the council, so...
So what work are we talking about? Like,
Yes.
what is supposed to do?
Like I said, I've noticed something strange in the magical defense of the city. Are you familiar with the Weave?
Would Nola be?
What?
100% Nola.
Nola does.
Well, I believe your name is Eleanor, is this correct?
Yes, that is correct.
That's wonderful. Could you explain to your friends the Weave, or would you like me to?
I think you would do a better job than me.
Very well. The Weave is a magical energy. It's everywhere around us. Think of it like a spider web that you cannot see, but that is there. And wizards are able to manipulate it to their favor, to make it do what they want, and that's how they create magic. And even sorcerers naturally have this ability to sort of draw on it and channel it into the magic that they would want. And I've noticed, let's call it a wrinkle in the Weave around Waterdeep. And I've traced it to a few items. I wouldn't call them artifacts, but they are pretty old. That have sort of resonate with the same energy. I don't know how else to explain it. So what I need you guys for is to find out things about these items. The who, the what, the why, and the where of these things, right?
Okay.
The thing
Um,
is, I have
sure.
exhausted all the resources that I have. So we're going to do something interesting, something you'll enjoy, and of course I will be paying you. I mean, if you do a good enough job, these items, should they prove, well, not really that relevant, I suppose you could even keep them.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yes, I will be paying you each. Let's say, how does 50 gold for each of you sound?
Yes?
Good.
That's
Sounds
a
fair.
Yeah,
decent
yeah,
amount.
That's good. That's good.
Very well.
You can donate my share to the church.
To the tavern, you mean?
No, he's
to my
there.
church.
Oh, the church. Oh, your church. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay, just done. Misunderstand church and tavern.
Fletcher,
My church is the tavern.
that's not.
That's actually good.
That's an interesting sentiment.
Yes.
Are you an alcoholic?
I don't drink. I never drank a drop in my life. I will keep that this way.
But we're starting a tavern. Oh
But we're
no.
starting a tavern.
But we should definitely talk about your sentence on churches and taverns.
I believe that in a tavern, people can leave the world behind and be themselves more and open up to themselves. So, a moral philosophy, they can be their truest selves. So, yeah, I believe a tavern can be designated like a church or a temple.
What?
Every sentence is getting less funny.
This
That's
is
a very
getting...
deep sentiment.
I'm confused.
You can see Vajra. She's just amused by this, right? She doesn't look annoyed or like get on with it. She just looks like what an interesting group. How fun.
Still, with the gold that we have and this payment, getting.
Can we the first floor finally?
We can do the first floor.
I'm not sure.
We should do the
Well, close
outside
to it.
first.
Maybe first we should do the job
No, we
and
should do the
get through
outside
it and
first.
then decide what do we spend our money on that we do not have yet.
Look, the
Maybe
job
not, yeah,
will
maybe
be
not
done.
talk about what we're spending the money, the contractor.
Why not? We're doing this.
We're not. We're doing this contract. We are creating a legitimate business.
We're doing this, by the way.
I'm glad
So-
to hear it. Like I said, and I've said it 2 times before, you've come highly recommended. So I have all the faith that you will actually do this job and not just take my money and go. Is there anything you need in preparation, anything you wish to buy in preparation? Because I can give you the money in advance if there is any equipment, shields, potions you think you might need going into this.
No, just information, really. But
Out of character
Yeah.
question.
Mm.
When does a cleric know they can use an armor? Because I would love to. I need one, but I also don't want like out of the blue. I'm gonna wear an armor now.
it would be so funny if you even weren't a cleric, just being heavy armor, like never gonna touch me anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll say this, right? I feel like wearing armor is not something you necessarily train in. Of course, you know, more like fighters actually competent this type would fight or would learn how to fight in armor. But I feel like figures like clerics, you're always wearing like a little bit of like leather or some shoulder you know, some protection, even though it's not mechanically giving you a benefit. I doubt that, you know, on this dangerous quest into a tomb, into a dungeon, that Nola would not actually wear like at least some type of corset that's like protecting her core type thing, right? So you're always already sort of restricting your movement in a little way, I suppose. So I think it's more of the like Nola realizing that she might need some more protection and going to a blacksmith and buying armor instead of being like, I need to be trained to be able to use this. I always think flavor wise that the type of armor you wear is a choice and not like a mechanical thing. But in D&D it's a mechanical thing. But I think in the story it's a choice to wear armor or to not wear
Yes.
armor.
In that case, back into the character.
Off again.
I think we might want to get a little bit of a better equipment, seeing this is a higher risk mission. And I whisper in a way that specifically Maddie doesn't hear us because I do not want to scare her.
So nice.
Because I assume that Archmage already knows about what we did. And I whisper, you know what happened last time, right?
Huh.
Yeah,
You should
everything
get,
went to shit.
you should get something to protect your.
That's very alarming. I wasn't informed that everything went to shit.
No, it didn't. I mean,
No,
It was
we're
fine.
here. It's an
I mean-
emotional thing, you know. Like, it wasn't as easy as we hoped it would be, but we're still here. Everything is good.
Yes.
I
I
mean,
do-
technically it was shit everywhere. But you
There
know.
was a lot of
I do have a question because we had this confrontation with these weird wizards which had these black staffs. I mean,
Yes.
maybe you could take a
Metal
look at
things.
one and tell us about it, and I'll hand her one of the guns.
I
Yes.
see. So this is definitely not a
Favorite.
wand. She just summons a mage hand. The mage hand sort of picks it up and spins it in front of her. It's definitely not a wand. I would say it's some type of device an artificer would use. Colin, can you actually come in here for a moment? You see Colin comes back in. Colin, how are you on your artifice studies? He says, well, I've been taking them, Lady Safar. Now, what can you tell me about this? It's clearly some type of device. I would assume it shoots something. Looking at this way, and he goes, Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen them before. Some men that had come in from a ship from Chult had them on their belts. Do you know what it does and how it works? From what I can tell, it's like a firecracker type situation. Like you sort of trigger something and it like shoots something off, like a firework would in a way. So there's some gunpowder inside as well.
Oh, is that these little things?
Um, yeah, I've seen them sort of put them in this way. Hang on, can I? Can you?
Can you show it to me? Yeah, here.
Yeah.
That one.
You see, he's still very carefully studying it because he's just from what he has seen other people do, trying to do this. But like he said, he is taking classes to sort of learn the artifice because this is like the modern art of magic, right? Is learning artifice.
Fletcher's just thinking, if he blows up doing this study, am I guilty? No, right?
Roll a d20. Let's see if you're guilty. Yeah, he does a mediocre job, but he doesn't blow himself up. It's not a 1. So yeah, you can sort of follow along as Michelle doesn't know how to load a gun, but as he shows you how to load this gun. Sure. One of those, and then he sort of spins it. He says, and now I think you just sort of trigger this, and that should set off a little sort of gunpowder spark inside, and that should fire off, I think they call it a bullet.
Hey,
Don't
first
do
of
it
all,
in here.
I'm going to take this thing out,
Mm-hmm.
put it away, and I'll maybe use that in the next. I have 2 of them. Do you guys want to keep this one?
You see, Colin looks at Vajra. Again, he's a 15-year-old, right? Vajra goes,
I mean,
I
he's on
You
suppose-
give a
the
50-year-old a gun.
He's on the.
I suppose
No bullets.
I suppose for studying purposes it could actually be very helpful for us to have, especially if they're bringing this into the city, and I am the Archmage, so...
Maybe we can do a little trade. I'll look at Vajra for maybe just some information. I'm trying to figure something out, and maybe some information from your part might be useful. It is harmless. I want to entrust you for it.
What type of information are you after?
Something about elemental manipulation.
Suppose, sure. Is
I'll
it something
come to
you're
it.
after your personal research, or do you think this will be relevant for the job?
This is for my personal research. We can do this after the job if you want to.
Very well, that sounds very agreeable. Fletcher.
Yep. And I hand the gun over as good, what do you call it?
Mm-hmm.
Good manners.
Vajra looks over at Colin and says, Colin, can you put this in my schedule, please, that I will be meeting with Fletcher? And does later this week sound okay? Because I don't know sort of what time
Not a
you'll be
problem.
returning from this quest and how you'll be feeling.
Absolutely, no problem. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
All right,
Yes.
very well.
So because of your question, our friend absolutely needs some like armor, so we might need some forward on that one.
All right, is there anything else that you need
I
ahead
have a
of time?
question.
Yes?
I was wondering if you knew maybe the names of the things we're looking for or something, because now we just have magic artifacts.
Oh, yes,
a lot.
I have it here. And she opens a drawer and she pulls out a ring. And she sets it out on the desk. She says it's specifically this item that will be the first leg of this journey, but I have actually a few items that are involved in this, but this is the one that I think might be the most interesting, at least as a starting off point. And when you're ready, I can take you to the chamber upstairs and we can start our investigation.
Alright. Should we go buy armor first and come
Oh.
back? Or
Yes.
Yeah. Probably.
well,
Definitely yes.
So do you only
Good.
need the 50 gold pieces for Eleanor up front, or would each of you like to be paid up front? I have your address information, so...
I will come back afterwards.
yeah,
No, it
This
should
is
be
the
okay.
point I was making. It was not trying to be a threat, but, you know, sometimes you need to make sure that, you know, when you give people money, they actually do your quest.
makes sense. No, just keep mine for now.
Mm,
Yeah, same. We can see the one of Nola as a down payment, and we will do the job. I mean,
Sure, I mean, I don't know what type of armor your friend is interested in buying.
Oh,
Question.
something
probably leather.
light. Yeah, most likely.
All right.
Just leather. Well, we got a smithy right behind our tavern.
There's a marketplace downstairs. Do they have a blacksmith over there?
Going from here back to Troll Skull Alley would take you an hour. Because you have to cross the market.
I have one in the trade one.
I'm not smart.
Tradesward is even further away.
I'm going
Or
downstairs.
maybe outside.
Yeah,
Outside.
it's easy enough to like find something outside. But we'll first turn to Maddie as well. So, Maddie, I'm more than comfortable to donate the money to the hospice. But do you need any equipment before going into this? Because you could use this money to buy equipment, and I could donate the rest to the hospice if you wanted. I want you to
Well-
be safe as well.
I mean, I'm an acolyte of the church, so I'm not like an adventurer like the rest of them, so I wouldn't know where to start. Can you recommend anything that I should have?
I mean, we can help you.
Yes,
Update.
I'm
I
a
mean,
wizard. I would recommend getting a wand and a book, and I don't think
I mean-
that works for everyone.
Flair knows a lot of things about weapons, and I mean, Blossom is holy, but smites a lot of things. So I'm good. I would advise a hammer.
No.
The bigger the weapon,
Hammers
the
are
impact.
questionable here.
Maybe not that hammer.
You just want something that feels good in your hands. That you feel confident with.
Hmm.
That could be a wand,
Yeah,
could be a book, could be a weapon, could be a shield. Just find
I-
your thing.
I already have my shield and my quarterstaff.
You have
That's
armor?
true. It's right there.
Ze doet even deel van haar
English?
a part of a rope.
English.
Yep, I'm sorry.
Osbeer.
She's putting a part of a rope, and you see that she's wearing leather armor.
Well, but you got something.
Just to point out, for those of you wearing leather armor, studded leather armor usually goes for 45 gold pieces, so you could each get a set of studded leather for those of you wearing leather if you'd wanted to. It increases your AC by 1.
I was
so-
mechanically. Oh, go ahead.
So you will still donate a part of the gold to the church, right?
Of course.
Okay, then I think it would be smart to take the 50 gold up front then.
Each of you that wants to get it up front will get it up front.
Tavern
Oh,
to go.
We
Can't
have
spend
these.
more money.
Are you well versed in potions? Because we have these 2 things, but we don't know what they are. They might be helpful.
Why not? Colin, can you get back in here? Listen, before he walks in, she leans over to you and says, "Listen, I know what I'm doing. I can identify them for you, but he is my apprentice. I need to give him something to do."
That's
Yes, what is it,
Makes
Miss Lady
sense.
Vajra Safar? He says, "We've got off this, Colin. You can just call me Vajra. Anyway, these adventurers have some potions they would like you to identify. How are you in your alchemy studies?" He goes, "As well as my artifice studies, Vajra." "Excellent. Help them out, please." Okay. What potions do you give him? Because I don't know.
One of red liquid. Which
Yeah, we
I
found them
already
in the
put
basement.
One in, yeah. We found
Give
them in
him
the basement.
both. One
they're
could
red.
be poison. Give them both.
Yeah.
Oh, I give them both.
Are they both
Yeah.
red?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me look because I don't
No,
have
those
D&D
are
Beyond
no,
though.
those
but
are
They're
healing
they're
potions.
probably healing potions,
They were
right?
Yeah, but
They were
you
healing.
told
Like,
us.
you
like,
told us as a
but we
players,
don't
but the
know.
characters
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we
there
just
you
carry
go.
the
Okay,
potions
okay.
around. They were healing. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes. All right. You see, he pulls out what are they called?
Strip.
Yeah, one of those you can
Big
dip
strip.
in and it changes
Mm.
color depending on what type of liquid it is.
Oh, the paper.
Oh, yeah.
The luck mousse?
Each,
The
that's
pH paper.
Yes.
Mm.
And he dips it in, holds it up, switches it around for a little bit like it's a Polaroid picture, and then sort of looks at it. Just healing potions, and then does it to the other one and confirms that that one is also a healing potion.
Do you have more of these strips?
Nope.
Crap.
You know, unfortunately, the whole point of class that we take is of alchemy classes we make our own strips. So That was the last two I had. Sorry.
I mean,
Makes
I
sense.
did give you a gun.
That's okay.
Yeah, maybe you can take a
That's good.
class sometime. You know, we learn how to make potions and identify potions.
Oh, don't look at me. I took it 10 years ago. I'm good.
Nah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck.
So,
Thank you.
So
let's go.
What
yeah.
happened?
So you guys go out. Nola, what armor are you trying to get for yourself?
Mechanically speaking, or vibes?
Obviously vibes first, and then mechanics.
Yes. I think she should pick something that would go over her corset so that she actually is covered on her chest and stuff, because that's where she gets hit by the most, and she already found that out the brutal way. But something light so she can still cast spells. She's also not the strongest one, so she's not gonna get a plate armor. So overall, hide armor. That's what I'm getting.
All right.
And I already subtracted gold for that, so I'm just gonna add that.
Check. And for Maddie?
Mechanically speaking, studded leather armor then. And flavor-wise, anything that fits on her very, very skinny body.
Sure. I mean, I assume you'd all go to the same store where you see that they have these, various armors. The clerk working there quickly sort of helps the two of you fit into your armor, so sort of adjusts any stitches in the back that need to be a bit tighter, I imagine, for both of you for sort of the standard size that they have, right? Looks over at the rest of you, like, does anyone else want a piece of armor?
Nah.
No, I'm okay.
Armor.
Yeah, exactly.
What is this face that Garrick is making?
Looking over the things like, no, not really.
All right.
Heavy for me.
You check out at the counter, so the studded leather goes for 45 gold pieces, and the hide armor goes for 10 gold pieces.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Well, I'm here from the Church of Ilmater, and our budget is quite tight because we need to feed the poor and the hungry. Is it possible that I could purchase the studded leather armor for 40 gold?
Make a persuasion check. Nice, first roll, excellent. First roll in the game. I suppose you could. I am glad of your service. Is that an appropriate thing to say?
Of
Thank
course.
you for
You see,
doing your work.
thank you for your generosity. En ze schuift 40 gold
That was
naar
her.
hem toe. I'm sorry. She
It's okay.
she pushes 40 gold over on the counter.
Alright. And then, within 45 minutes, you guys make your way back to Blackstaff Tower and can make your way back to Vajra's office. And you can see as you're walking up the spiral stairs, you can see she's already sort of standing outside her office itself, locking the door with this large ornate key and then pocketing it. Excellent. I heard you coming up. Are you alright, Mr. Redford?
Lot of stairs.
Yes.
You need to get more cardio.
You know,
in.
it's part of the aesthetic. Honestly, I didn't design this tower. I just sort of took the position, and this is just the way that it is.
I don't have to go these stairs a lot, so it's good.
All right. Well, let's make our way up then.
Up further.
Mm-hmm. You can see she fully is not walking and is just floating up the stairs.
Damn. Nola, can you do that?
Sure.
She just looks at you.
I'm just impressed. I think Nola can do a lot of things.
I'll say there's no guardrail.
Oh.
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 Yeah, that's why it's so hard. Oh, no,
Ow.
it's
I
not.
wanna.
It's good as damage, yo.
Hello?
Why are you trying to smack us?
No, no, I'm sorry. I was trying to adjust.
Here.
Okay.
I wanna
Let's
give
keep the mace
Nola
down.
something.
Don't worry, it would have been 0 damage anyway.
It's because I'm sorry. It's because of the new armor. I was, I was trying to fit the mace a little bit better, and then, my arm it stretched. Sorry.
Okay. It's good, I think.
Do you have a mace? I thought you had a quarterstaff.
With I went through the D&D Beyond thingy, and I could also pick a mace.
Oh, okay.
So,
there
standard
you go.
equipment.
Now you have a mace. Should be set up correctly. All right.
Can I? I wanna. Nola. Blossom gives Nola like this little, wrapped like small. What's it called? Fuck.
English.
It's not a square, but it's not.
It's a rectangle.
Yes.
Like a cuboid.
It's a rectangular box that she like gives you, but it's
Cuboid.
wrapped. Sure.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, I keep wanting to give you it for the last few days, but stuff keeps happening.
Oh. Should I open that?
I mean, if you want, I don't want you falling off the stairs.
Alright, I will open downstairs.
So does Nola not open it now?
No, she will open downstairs.
Alright, you go upstairs.
Oh, then once we are off the stairs.
Right. And you go upstairs for like 2 minutes. And you get to a large open archway. You see Vajra sort of walks through there into a hallway that again has various doors on the side, but she walks up to a door at the far end of this hallway. Sort of opens the door and gestures for you guys to enter ahead of her. And you step into a circular chamber about perfect fireball size. It has don't worry about it. It has a ritual
I don't like
circle
that.
on the ground. There's candles not lit, but placed 12 candles around there in a circle. And you can see Corlin is just in the middle of sort of finishing this arcane circle that he was drawing on the ground. Ah, right on time. It looks like Corlin is just finished.
Hmm.
So why is the circle?
Oh, did I not mention that part of the? I'm sorry. So.
No.
The reason I've not been able to find out more about these items is because they were made sometime in the past. So I think the only way to learn about them is for me to use some magic to project you to a moment closer to, well, something happening. It's not necessarily the creation of these items, but it's a point on the timeline where something happened. Again, like I said, I need to know the how, the what, the why, the where, the whom of these items. So something relevant happening at that point on the timeline, and for you to learn it.
Huh?
I'm also confused.
So what?
I'm sure.
Well, more like projection of your consciousness back in time, but if you die in the past, you do die in real life.
So it's just time
Huh?
traveling, huh?
Well,
Okay.
these things should be far enough back that any choices you make might have influence on the present.
Oh,
I don't care.
that's
I'll just step
very
into
risky.
the trying to step over the lines that were drawn. Just let me through.
Oh wait.
Let's get this over with.
So chronomancy. Yay!
Yes, it's actually one of my recent studies, and Colin has been helping me with it. So thank you for drawing this ritual circle, Colin. It's excellent. Thank you, Miss Lady Vajra. Just Vajra.
I'm going in the circle.
All right.
I'll go
Um,
in the
I'm also
circle.
going in the circle.
I would advise you to sit down or lay down because every time we've done this before, your consciousness is not here, so your body's not going to stand up on its own.
I will take out my cloak of many fashions, make it like
That's
a little bigger so I can lay down on it.
I will
That's
sit in a
the-
meditative state.
I'm just laying down.
magic circle in any place touches the wall, or is it like very far away from the wall?
I would
Can
say
I?
Oh.
Oh.
The
Can I-
circle is about 5 foot from the walls, so there's a 5 foot
Yeah.
walkway sort of around the circle.
So I cannot lean on the wall while sitting. Got
No.
it. No, I'm just
Maddie?
sitting down.
Do I know if what we're about to do is like against some sort of godly, the godly way of how things should be? That we're gonna mess with something we shouldn't be messing with?
Make a religion check.
100%.
It's fine. Gods are not real.
I'm not smart
Oh
enough
shit!
for
It's
this.
high.
Nice. Keep rolling so high. I mean, there's definitely a moral question, right? Like, if you're gonna go to an event in the past, and if you had any influence on it, would the choices you make a difference, right? Would there be a risk? Is this person supposed to die, or can I protect them and can I help them, and was I always supposed to be helping them, right? Am I already in the timeline where I helped them in the past, or am I gonna return to a different timeline? So there's always
Is the
this
headache
sort of,
all over again?
yeah, exactly.
Not this again.
Blood is dripping out of
Um,
my nose.
But you think that is what you think is the main thing, is not necessarily the complications of time travel, but the morality of it, right? It's like, oh, if I go into the past and I change something, is that right? If I save someone in the past who was supposed to die, is that fate that I was there to protect them, or is that me messing with fate because they were supposed to die? If you understand what I'm trying to pick
Yep.
up.
But so long as I follow my teachings, I think everything will be alright.
I mean,
Amen.
maybe we were already there, so things happened because we were there, like it's now.
I step into the circle and I also lay down in a fetal position.
Yes. So everyone's laying down in a different position. I love this. The cloak of many fashions, as you flap
I'm
it out with the
sitting.
intention of laying on it, just fully turns
Mhm.
into a sleeping bag.
Yes.
Blair?
Sarah is gonna on her back like you have the vampires in movies and be like, yeah, you know what? That's philosophical.
I'm gonna give Marmaduke to the Archmage because I do not want him to go anywhere. No.
Down the
Marmaduke doesn't like that.
That's
Oh, this is a
don't
very
care.
happy cat. All right. Oh, yeah. Just gonna put you in the hallway. All right. And then closes the door. You can hear Marmaduke on the other side. Meow. Meow.
I'm sorry about him.
Oh no,
Oh.
it'll be fine for my
Attachment
concentration
issues.
on this spell. You
One
know.
wrong step.
Yeah.
He has some
alright.
issues.
It's fine. It's really fine. Now, I will be saying one more thing. I'm projecting you into the past. And in the past, there were no Dragonborn, so I will be putting in some additional illusion magic just over the two of you to, change you to be
Boring.
perceived as humans. Just so you're aware.
Can I be a dwarf?
Well, you could be a dwarf, but the problem is if someone were to move their hand over where your head is supposed to be, they would hit your Dragonborn form.
Nah. Okay.
Let's
Half
do
orc
elf.
maybe?
Maybe elf?
Do you speak Elvish?
I speak a lot, but not elfish. Crap.
So if someone were to address you in Elvish, would you be able to respond to them in Elvish?
Draw low.
What?
No.
You would say Galu, alright?
Galu?
Galu.
Damn it, Fletch! I told you this one so many times already. How do you
It is
not
hard.
get it?
Speak common, draconic, giant, thieves-cant, undercommon, abyssal. Don't blame me on my languages.
What languages did you pick? What the hell?
All the
I'm
shit
sorry.
you want. All
Yeah.
the shit you want.
I speak wardrobe. Don't tell me what to do.
I speak primordial. That's not helpful.
I mean, if you want to survive in the underdark, in the Dark Ward, you have to do some shady shit.
Common
Mostly to
sense
scant, yes.
and body language.
Now, I'm sorry, Fletcher, but if you do not speak Elvish, I do not think an elf would be the best choice for you.
Let's do human.
Or
Or
just a human.
yeah,
Yes,
human.
I'll be doing that for the two of you. Everyone else should be fine.
Mm.
Alright, well then. And she starts, doing a chant and an arcane language. It's not common, it's not elvish, it's not draconic, but it's somewhere in between, right? This deep arcane magic that she's channeling into. You can see Corlin is on the side taking notes. And you see and start hearing almost the sound of a pendulum swinging. You don't see this necessarily, but you hear it. And you can see out the window almost like the shadow of a swinging pendulum just coming back and forth, like a metronome just ticking. And it's picking up speed until it's at about a second, where a second would be, right? Starting slowly but getting a bit quicker. And then you can see the first candle at the 12 mark sort of lights up, the one that's right in front of where the window is. And then the 1, and then the 2, and then the 3. And you can all feel your limbs getting a bit heavier. You start to understand now why she advised you to sit down. Oh Jesus, why is it so loud? Pocket Bart, why? Sorry, that's Pocket Bart's fault, not my fault. And your limbs getting a bit heavier. And I'm trying to find that works. And the 4, the 5, and the 6, and the edge of your vision starts to turn to a tunnel vision. You can still see that pendulum sort of swinging in your vision now, even though you're not looking at it anymore. 7, 8, 9, and it feels like you're floating on the watery surface. Even the ground itself starts to give way underneath you. You hear that 10, you hear that 11, and then you hear a 12 bells ring. And it's that feeling when you are about to fall asleep, where your body is like, you're dying, get up. So that feeling like you're tripping off a sidewalk, And then you're all standing out in front of a magnificent mansion. And there's a man snapping his fingers in each of your faces. He says, now, do I make myself clear? I don't want to have to explain myself again, but I know you folks by now. Who of you will be introducing me formally?
Huh?
I'm gonna try to read this. This.
Who are we pointing at?
Whatever this is.
Who is
who are
this?
we
What
pointing
is this man saying?
So,
Have we-
Fletcher was pointing at Garrick, and Nola was pointing at Maddie.
Oh no, I wanted to point at Garrick. I was going
Oh,
from
you're
the
both pointing at
comments.
Garrick.
Yeah,
Alright. Martina pointed down to point at Garrick. Yes. Alright, so you're
Who's
pointing at
that?
Garrick.
Who's that even?
So what you see before you, a man in his 40s. He has sort of long, thin hair, with a bit of a bald spot on top. He is very fancily dressed. And like I said, you find yourself standing outside of a beautiful mansion. Almost not a mansion, like a palace, but small. Like a big mansion or a small palace. You can see in through some windows on the sides already. Through the windows on the left side, you can see some type of library. Through the windows on the right side, you can see some type of ballroom that seems to be filled with fancily dressed people that sort of match what this man is wearing, this fancy blue outfit. And he says, excellent. Paul will be introducing me. Now, Paul, you know what to say, yes?
Just trying to focus on myself. Like, sir, tell me exactly how you want me to tell your name.
Yes.
Like the feeling I have to give it.
You will be introducing me to the Kisar, So we will address the Kisar with his proper title, Your Royal Highness. You say, Your Royal Highness, and then you will say, I present to you, and then you will say my name and you say where we're from. Yeah?
But please tell me, sir, your name. Just tell me your name as if how I should say it, so I can.
As grand as you can, Paul. I trust you. Come on, we've been over this.
I know. Just one more time. Just tell me your name so I can feel it, so that I can make it even grander as you deserve.
Make a deception check.
Can I in the meantime roll history check based on the name that we heard? Like, what time are we in?
Sure. Yes.
Give him guidance.
Sure, you could give Nola guidance. I'll say this deception is sort of already happening, right? But if Nola wants to add a d4 to that.
I'm good.
Alright.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Closer. Make sure you call out guidance before a roll is made, and especially if it's in a scenario where it doesn't really make sense. Like in a social scenario, you can't really cast guidance.
Yes, check.
Yeah. Because then the guy will be like, why are you casting spell? What's happening? Right? So. Alright, so your deception check is... Alright, very well. You will say, Your Royal Highness, I present to you Malkar Ghost, my name, as you know, of Deepwater Port. And then I will do the rest of the talking.
Halkagos
You
is
put
of Deepwater
Name in the
Port.
chat.
Yes. I now feel it, sir. I will totally, Your Highness, I will totally do.
I'm
You're-
not the Kisar, Paul.
Yeah,
We've been
of
over
course.
this.
Yes, sir.
Your name is
I've
Paul,
heard
right?
Yes, Paul.
Ball with a B?
Paul.
Paul with a P, that's what I thought. Yes, of
I could just
Deepwater Port.
imagine the human form is just me because it has to be chunky. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you guys can all see, by the way, the human form of Garrick looks like Marcus, and the human form of Fletcher looks like Jasper. Because I said so.
Yeah.
No, he's just Malkar
Not
Ghost. He's
Lord?
not
Alright.
a lord. Yes.
Alright.
So, Your Royal Highness, I present to you Malkar Ghost of Deepwater Port. Now,
Got it.
remember why we are here. You remember, do you not? And looks specifically at Nola for this one.
I'm sorry, me as a player just zoned out because I was taking notes. Why does he look at me?
You remember why we are here, yes? Catherine, you're the bookkeeper. What? Give them the spiel.
When we were walking, the seagull teared out the page on my notebook and I was taking notes. Could you just quickly repeat? I almost remember. I just need a few more pointers.
We'll look at.
You are so clumsy, Catherine. Every time.
Sorry. It's not my fault. The seagulls love me way too much. They're aggressive and always attack me. I don't know what it is about. Maybe I should stop
You
keeping
know
my
this makes
notebook in
a
a
poor
pantry.
impression. I'm sorry, sir.
It's alright. Looks at Blossom and Flare. Says, Sarah, Senna, I can never tell which one of you is Sarah and which one of you is Senna. But you're supposed to be protecting my company. What happened with this seagull? You're still wearing your armor. You have a big axe and armor on, right? So you're likely looks at you as the protectors in this case.
Mhm.
What's happening? Where is this seagull? You can't have my notes out in the wild with a seagull.
Sir, I don't see any seagulls.
When
Oh,
did this happen,
personally-
Catherine?
2
10 and
minutes
7.
ago, when we were leaving, on our way here, I'm sorry. I was too afraid to say something because it was the third time this week, and I hate seagulls so much by now.
As we were leaving, you mean you haven't had the notes for like 4 weeks?
No, like 20 minutes ago when we were going to the palace.
Make a deception check. With advantage, because you are being helped. Nice. So good on these rolls, my
Yeah.
guys. All these 18s.
It's all
Not
18.
complaining.
Wow. Just very well. We've come from Deepwater Port because we want to trade with the Kisar. Alright?
Yes, and we are trading fish, wool.
It's Deepwater Port. We have so much fish.
Wish I was right.
But it's mostly anything the Kisar wants to trade. It'll be very good for Deepwater Port to set up these trade routes.
Know this, Catherine. I mean,
Oh.
we always trade the scarce commodities of the other nations. That's how we make the most money.
Yeah, and I will also say I haven't honored your history check, I think, yet, have I? So, yeah, saying the word Kisar, right, definitely puts you at least 1,000 years in the past. Likely somewhere more on the south, so sort of where Candlekeep, even further south of Candlekeep would be. But specifically, he's talking about Deepwater Port, which is what Waterdeep was 1,000 more years ago. It had various names, but Deepwater Port was one of them, because the port is very deep. That's why they call it Waterdeep. It
Yes,
would
we are
be-
trading.
Now, Michelle doesn't know what this means, but it is Kalimshite decor, which is a type of a nation. Kalimshan is a nation. I don't know
Already?
exactly where it is, but that is the type of vibe you're getting from the way this building is built. Kalimshan is just a nation on the south. I don't know what else to tell you. Yes, when making trade agreements, mostly looking at trade routes, maps, potential allies in the area that could set up a rest post for our trade carts and our ships to dock at. Trade deals, not just with the Kisar, just people here are people of money, people of wealth, people that know things. Talk with them. Convince them of our good standings, how likable we are, how Deepwater Port is a promising town, and that we could really use these trade deals.
Yes, sir. The greatness of our kind, and yours especially.
Thank you.
Would you like me to do, sir?
Just keep an eye out. You never know what type of other people might be coming to these types of events. People that are not supposed to be here, like we are.
You're not supposed to be here, sir?
No, the other way around. Other people that are not
Other
supposed to
people.
be here. Like we are supposed to be here.
Oh, okay, of course.
You know the shady people.
Yes.
Not us. We're
No.
we're not shady people.
No.
Of course not.
Oh,
I am
of course.
Melkar Ghost of Deepwater Port, and this is Kyle. Kyle, make sure you keep an eye out. See if anyone's doing anything suspicious.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Just the average American people. Paul and Ryan. And Kyle.
All right. Last but not least, Flora. What? You've been on this journey with us. You know, making sure we all stay healthy, stay safe. How do you think you could be most of use inside? Because I don't want to have you stationed outside the whole time. I don't think that seems like a. People would be like, "Why are you outside?" And you'd be like, "My boss told me to stay outside, and that makes me look like a bad boss." Are you good with people?
Who is she looking at right
At
now?
you.
Okay. My character's not that smart. She didn't know that like 6 names were already called, or 5 names were already called.
Yep.
Well, I mean, aren't I here for good luck? That's what you always say to me. I'm like your good luck charm.
I mean, obviously, yes, but you're not really dressed to be. I don't want to be rude about this. You're not really dressed to be my side piece. I can't just have you be like, "This is my lucky charm," because you're, I employ you, and that would be wrong, and I'd have to report myself to HR.
Well, how long until we have the meeting?
I mean, we're gonna go in, and then likely there will be some type of introduction, and then there will be a celebration, a feast, a gathering. You know, the Kisar has invited all the highest and mightiest and interesting just to have a ball, and I've heard there will be dancing and flowers. I don't know. Are you a good
Well-
dancer? Can you?
Well, they say I am nimble on my feet.
Great, you do that. Don't do what you're doing right now because you're being very awkward, and it'll make people not want to make deals with us. For Deepwater Port, for Deepwater Port.
Yes,
What
yes,
is-
for Deepwater Port.
Yes. All right, let's do it for Deepwater Port. All right, we're making our way in. And yeah, because you can look down. You look like yourselves, sort of wearing your own equipment, except, like I said, for our two friends, still having the same equipment on you, on your illusory self, but looking like humans instead of Dragonborn. He is not Balthasar. I will tell you this. All right. So you make your way in to a very nice hallway. There is a black and white tiled floor. There's a closed door on the left side that likely leads to that library that you saw behind that door, and there's two more doors further in next to... Can I continue? Alright, so
Yeah.
a large entry hallway with an open rectangular sort of, I would call it like an opening in the wall that leads into the ballroom. On the other side, the door to the library. Behind that, two more doors, you don't know where they lead. A large staircase that goes up to a second floor, but you can see while it's lit up there, it just looks like candle lit, while everything down here looks torch lit. So you're probably not supposed to go upstairs during a celebration like this. And sort of a hallway that curves around the ballroom. But it looks like right now everyone is gathering in the ballroom. And you can also see that your liege, the man you're apparently working for, Malkar Ghost, makes his way into the ballroom as well. So I'll put you on this map, which I think should be set up correctly, but please let me know if it isn't, because I had to reset all my assets. Yes, you're all the way down here.
Yes, so far it looks.
Great. So I will shift Z. You can see Malkar as I described him. You know, he's maybe a bit
He looks
older.
exactly like he sounds.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, and I can open this door for you because you can go in. How do I open it again? There we go.
It's so funny, just tokens of me and Jesper, like.
I should have done that. Honestly, that would have been.
Well,
fun.
you didn't right fully know. You know,
I could do it for next time. You can see as well, I'm not gonna keep moving them around, but there is a group of guards, two groups of guards if you take long enough to notice, which is what Kyle was hired to do. There's two groups of guards sort of making their way around, so I'm not gonna keep moving them around, but just know that there is some extra guard presence here. And again, like I said, Malkar is gonna just head into this room.
Mm-hmm. I just go to Nola real quick, like, okay, what exactly are we supposed to do? Like, not for this guy, but for all?
I
to
think we're
find
supposed to
things,
find find the ring, the one that the Archmage showed us,
Yeah.
and
Alright,
find the connection between the ring and the weave.
sure. Just step sideways. Totally got it.
All right. And you step into this large ballroom, but you can see currently there is no dancing and no ball going on, as everyone seems to sort of be gathered around this man standing right here. You can see he looks very kingly, and open my other thing. There it is. You can see sort of an announcer, right, standing at his side, sort of this herald, this jester almost, wearing sort of colorful clothing. They're not all on this map. Assume it's full of people. There's so many waiters as well walking around and stuff. And wearing a turban. and says, "Greetings and salutations! The court of Kisal Alf Jadar El Shun III is now in session. Let all present see and appreciate his royal magnificence. Let those with petitions to speak step forward one by one and show proper deference." At this point, you feel a slight push in your back from Malkar.
Yeah. Your Royal Highness, I present to you Malkar Ghost of Deepwater Port. Just bow.
Ah, yes! Thank you. Oh, perpetuous prince of the Pearl Sea. Oh, beautiful boons, bounteous bounties. Oh, kingly Kisal. The king interrupts. Just get on with it, man! Yes, king, as the Kisar wishes. And he goes on to describe a small town with a large port that he comes from, and that he would like to establish trades agreements with the kingdom. And the Kisar sort of nods and says, "All right, I will be seeing you later. Come to my throne room. We will have discussion." I don't know what accent this is, but it's something. It's a choice. After this, a man who looks kind of similar to the Kisar, wearing sort of equally gilded clothing, steps forward and bows gracefully. And that'll be this man right there. And you also see this man right here. Greetings, brother. It is I, Amal Shun, fourth of the line, and I come bearing a present. And you can see, oh, it's actually this woman. Why are they all on different places on the map? I don't like this. You can see it's this woman specifically. He says, "She is a fortune teller from a mysterious realm, and she has come to tell your future." The king scowls. "Ah, you are not too afraid, are you, brother?" The king whips around and says, "The Kisar of Shun is afraid of nothing. Step forward, witch." The accent is going to change every sentence, just so you know. She comes forward and she holds out a deck to him.
Is she a witch?
Sorry?
Is she a witch?
Make an Arcana check. It looks like she might weigh the same as a goose.
That's not a lot.
I'm glad someone understood my reference. Anyway, the Kisar pulls a card and then holds it up to the audience, and the audience goes, "Ooh," even though they don't know what's going on. And you can see this woman goes, "Ah, very interesting. The innocent. It seems you have love in your future, my Kisar." "You have got that right." I don't what's this accent? What am I going with?
It's like it's going between like Eastern European and like Italian for some reason.
Perfect. Just
You
go on.
have got that right. Love is in my future. And he winks to a woman standing to the side, and she sort of giggles a little bit. A few more of the local nobles request an audience, or request a blessing for a wedding, or request good weather from the Kisar. Like, it's a kingdom, right? He is their king. They're all being so polite, and it's almost like he's their god, you know. And then he finishes, "And I would like to thank Samas, our great chef, for organizing this food that we'll be having tonight. So I wish for everyone to raise a glass to Samas, the chef." And everyone sort of raises a glass. You know, a waiter at this point has come by and has offered each of you a drink. So you can all raise a glass. "Now, I will be waiting in my throne room, and you can come and you can have audience with me. Have a pleasant evening." Everyone sort of politely claps. And then sort of goes their own way. You can see a little band start setting up in the corner, and they start playing some waltz music, and you can see immediately people sort of get into dance, or some people pull away. You can see specifically the brother of the king sort of makes his way into the throne room with the king. you can see that the fortune teller actually goes into one of the other rooms, and more of the nobles sort of disperse out. So while you roleplay, I'm gonna just sort of move them around. But yeah, you guys sort of have a moment here as you see Malkar sort of nods at you guys. I assume you know what your job is, and then sort of starts heading toward the throne room because he was invited to speak with the Kisar, right?
Is it possible to have our fortunes told? I would like to go that way.
We might have
Actually,
a problem.
same. I'm very
I
curious.
want to go
We might have
stand
a
outside
problem.
of the throne room, just in case.
What problem? What do you mean problem?
I don't know our jobs. I forgot it.
Oh, you are only supposed to introduce him. I'm supposed, and all of us are supposed to say how great we are and how great this trade route will be.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
how big of a potential the deep port has, which actually might be canonically true, given how big the Waterdeep is right now. So we might actually want to do that.
Just talk with people, tell them how great it is. But at the same time, like, get this ring, right?
Yeah, that it too. Just don't do anything stupid, okay?
I'm not very quiet,
Sure.
you know that. So,
Oh, that
I,
goes to all of you,
I start
excluding you,
dancing.
Maddie.
You start dancing.
I start dancing. Yes, I was told to dance, so I start dancing.
You start dancing by yourself.
Yeah.
You see, everyone's dancing in pairs. They're all doing a waltz, an elegant dance together.
You're dancing Macarena.
The rest of the party sees Maddie. Maddie, you can make a performance check.
I'm by the door of the king because I was told to
Oh.
guard, so I will do that.
Well, you see he has 2 guards stationed outside
Yeah,
his
but
own
still,
doors.
like, my boss is inside, so I would like to also be there.
Alright, yeah, you can go in with him, sure. I'll open his door for you. It's not locked.
Oh. I will just, like, stand behind him.
Oh, I thought that was the way for the fortune teller. Huh.
Other side.
Fortune teller went into this room. You see, the king's brother is just sort of finishing up his thing, and will step off to the side and head into the garden. And you can see this throne room is modest. The throne looks nice and comfortable, but it's not, a grand hall and a grand, sort of thing. It's more of like a meeting room to have discussions in without your voice echoing through the entire hall. And you can see out to the side is I think it's called the solarium. It's almost like a greenhouse, so that he has some like exotic plants there with the sun sort of shining in. It's currently night, but normally you would have the sun shining in and these plants sort of being kept there. You can see there should be light all throughout the house as well, so let me know if it's specifically dark
I
anywhere.
can see it too.
Alright, great. Yeah, I'm not gonna roleplay this. Malkar's just gonna get into some boring trade talk. Like, he is trying to get deals for Deepwater Port. Nola and Fletcher want to get their fortunes read.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome. Please have a seat. Who of you will be going first?
I'm pointing to Fletch.
I'm going to get Nola.
Oh, okay, I can go first.
Very
If
well,
it's
the
your idea,
lady
so
will
let's
go
go first.
first. How very polite.
I will keep my bullshit counter on.
Well, the lady...
Specifically, I'm looking for sleight of hand. Sorry, if she's
Sure.
doing anything.
Well, the lady can ask of various things, but the most common we will get to after we take a little break. And we're back. Alright. So, there are things that most people want to know when they get a tarot reading. It's not just I flip a card and that is your fortune, like I did for the king. It has a certain meaning, but usually you want to know a bit more. Your fortune, your luck, your wealth, something that might befall you in the future that you are curious to know about. What is it you would like to know?
I would like to know about my wealth.
You want to know about your wealth, I see. Roll a d54.
That's what she says. Right? Take these.
No, she has
Die.
a beautiful tarot deck, but I don't have the deck. It's the same
I
deck
know.
as the Curse of Strahd deck, but I don't have it set up, so you have to roll a dice instead. 30.
You could be better with you.
Ah, you pulled the Elementalist. The Elementalist is a card of triumph, and it is a card of bountiful harvest. Can you roll a d2? Right. And it is right side up, so it is a promising card. If a card is upside down, sometimes it can be the negative side of this. A bountiful harvest or famine or triumph or failure. But this card, it looks promising.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear this.
Of course. And your skeptical friend, what does he want?
I would like to get to know a little bit more about my teachings.
Your teaching, your scholarly pursuit.
Yeah, let's call it that.
Very well. Pull a card.
How do I do this?
A D54.
Yeah, so how do I do that?
So slash
Slash
R
R
space 1D54.
And then press enter or send.
What?
1D54?
Yes. Slash R space 1D54. You're so close.
I did the slash. Oh, wait. Oh, slash. Ah, not shift.
Just
Wow.
always keyboard like.
Wow.
It's not short.
Ah.
Oh, so close.
Card 33 is the Necromancer. For scholarly pursuits, it is for those who follow a path of destruction.
Well, now we know.
Does this
No.
mean anything to you?
Maybe I should be a little bit more careful.
The Necromancer can be associated with unhealthy obsession.
Looks slightly at the hammer. No. No.
So you
It
would
could've-
say no unnatural events have occurred recently?
No. Well, maybe. Well, no.
It is for you to think about. You do not have to tell me everything, but the cards know the truth.
Thank you. I think.
You are welcome. Now, if you have any friends that you have brought here, you can bring them to me and feel free to donate gold pieces. You can see she gestures to a little sort of ashtray on the little table that she's sitting by that already has a few gold pieces in it from other people that she's read before.
Out of curiosity, are those the same money that we used right now?
I mean, gold is gold, but it's definitely not the same money that you have. The thing is, like, it's not like a euro is not worth the same if you take it to America. This is like a gold piece made out of gold. It's the same value wherever you take it.
Gold is
No,
standard.
but I mean, do we have like, is there an imprint on the coin so that if I put mine in, it's going to be vastly different from what's already in?
You would all have dragons. Dragons is the currency of Waterdeep. So it is a square coin that has a dragon stamped on it. But that's it, right? It's a square coin with a dragon on it. It could be
Okay.
from anywhere.
I mean, we're traders. We have a lot of strange gold.
You are traders.
Well, thank you. No, Catherine, please pay her as I walk away.
I sent him a look. Were there any rules about magic in this castle?
Not that you know of.
I'm
I
gonna
hold
set my
the- I
magic
hold
hand
the
to
dodge
smack
hassle.
him on the back of his head
Nice.
I'm going to
and
dodge.
pay 2 gold pieces.
Make an Arcana check.
Sure.
Alright, Fletcher's AC, 16. You go to smack him, but he ducks out of the way and the hand just sort of moves past and then hits a waiter in the side of the face, and a tray just sort of goes whoop!
Can I grab it?
Fletch, make an acrobatics check. Yes. You grab the plate and I go whoop 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 whoop, and get all the glasses
style.
perfectly back onto it. Yes, Spider-Man
Sir,
style.
here you go. How clumsy of me.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I don't know what came over me. The chef is going to be so angry if I spill anything. All right, thank you. And then
Nothing
quickly sort of heads off. Does anyone else want their fortune read? Because now I have the thing open anyway.
I would love to.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, come on, this is your chance. Get some stuff done. All right, you make your way over. Ah,
Okay.
a woman of fiery nature. What brings someone like you to a place like this?
Fate reading? I
Ah,
don't know what I'm supposed to answer to that.
I'm just curious what has brought you here. But fate, I like it. I like to think that I am guided by fate also.
I mean, the readings are always fun.
It is always fun, it is always the truth.
Okay.
What would you like to know, miss?
I just had a question, and I walk here. Anyway, can I will wait. Questions. Will I ever really get on my mother's family side? I guess.
So you wish to know of familial connection?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, with that, I know that.
Is this someone you have not connected with in a while, or who you have always had a strenuous connection with?
If you ask if I remember her, no, I don't remember her.
I see. Alright, pull a card.
54.
Yes. Look at you guys, all in the 30s.
Oh, the third, yeah.
What's with that?
Ah, 34.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
34 is the blue eyes white dragon. Roll for initiative. No. An interesting card. You have drawn the philanthropist. Maybe it could lead you to someone that means something to you. The philanthropist is about charity. It's about giving on a grand scale. Those who use their wealth to fight sickness.
Okay.
Does this mean anything to you?
You know what? Never was really great with riddles, and that sounds like a riddle.
Unfortunately, sometimes the fortune seems like a riddle, but it will make sense once everything falls into place. There might be someone you need to search out, or someone you need to become before you can make this connection that you seek.
Maybe it will make sense.
Feel free to donate. She gestures to a little ashtray on the table. It has gold pieces in it. You can see 2 dragons are in there as well.
Oh yeah, she's getting a third dragon.
Heyo, alright. How very nice of you. Meanwhile, where is Garrick? Garrick, you're standing at the entrance to the ballroom.
Yeah.
You're listening to this
Also,
beautiful
that
music
was-
being played, everyone doing a beautiful dance, Maddie doing a dance by herself. She's not doing a bad dance by any means, but she is drawing attention to herself because she's dancing by herself.
Shouldn't really. No, that's not good. I should help. I would go up to Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
May I take this dance?
Of course.
Shouldn't really. It's. Looking already, shouldn't really take too much attention. Okay, follow the lead.
I was told to dance, so I thought I would dance.
Yeah, I think he meant with somebody. They all dance.
Oh.
Like, this music it's made to dance together. All right. So, 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
One.
All right.
You're gonna lead? Oh, okay.
Make a performance check, Garrick.
Okay.
I mean, Paul.
Okay.
Is that what Paul sounds like? Nice.
That is fun. Yes.
All right, nice. Yeah, you guys do a pretty good waltz. You know, it was already pretty far into the waltz itself, so you get around one circle of the ballroom before it ends, and then they play a great dance, a dance we all know. No, it's not the YMCA, it's the Paso Doble. Uni, what do we remember about the Paso Doble? Let's see if Uni remembers. It's a reference to last campaign. If you watched episode 34 or 33 of last
But we didn't do that
campaign.
in our campaign. We did that. Oh no, we did that in. No, we
It was
did.
during the break, but we recorded the break. So what do you remember about Paso Doble?
I remember something about a guy
Mhm.
and a girl.
Usually, yeah, it's a dance.
Yeah. And that the guy just kind of did like poses or something, and the woman like danced around him like a cloth piece type almost.
Yes. So what I remember about the Paso Doble is that the man is the bullfighter and the woman is the red piece of cloth, meaning that you're just sort of moving the woman around from side to side. Just the man striking an elegant pose and then the woman sort of swinging around and sort of matching his movement and to the other side as well. You can see some people step out, right? It's not expected that everyone dances the whole time, but this is the music that you start hearing is being played.
Not me currently looking up what the Paso Doble is.
I just explained it!
No, I mean, like, actual video, so that I fully know what we're
I will
talking.
send you a video when we're finished.
I already am currently
Oh,
looking.
okay. So are we staying in for the Paso Doble?
Maddie wants to look around to see if any of the other men are staying, but their partners are leaving.
Ooh, make a insight check.
Oeh, dat is een slechte. Ken ik daar nog... Heb ik ook zo'n...
Was weer.
What do you
English.
have? What do you have?
Oh, I have a 10.
Alright. You do have a hero die, so you do have a d6 you could add if you wanted to, but you could also save it for later.
No, I want to add it.
Alright. So what you can do is you can click on it. You can see it at the bottom of the Roll20. You should see that you have like a little BB-8 and a little dice. Do you see them?
Mm-hmm.
You can click on it. It opens your hand. And once your hand is open, you can drag it out onto the playing field. That removes it from your hand. And then please delete it from the playing field. Don't leave it lingering around. Thank you. Yeah, you can add a d6 to your insight check. Nice.
14 then.
Yeah. You could have mistaken this for, a man being left on the dance floor by his lady, but very quickly she returns with a glass of wine instead. So you almost sort of scooped in on a woman that was trying to get her man something to drink. But I will say you do notice a man, not necessarily sort of being left on the dance floor, but more sort of looking around, like, is there a lady who wants to dance, right? But maybe also a bit of a shy figure that clearly wants to dance, but doesn't have his own partner with him and isn't sure if he can ask anyone.
I step up to him.
Sure.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Would you mind? En ik dien mijn hand.
Okay.
I serve my hands.
Yes, I would love to dance. Are you familiar with the Paso Doble?
I think you should probably lead.
Very well. The rhythm is quite simple. All right, here we go. On the first count, we do an appel, which is we stamp our feet to show who's boss, and then we sort of do the dance in a rhythm that's very easy to follow. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and on the 1 we do a stamp.
Yes,
There we
I
go.
understand.
All right, and he starts trying to lead you. So you can make another performance check. Oh, so exciting. All right, you're doing an okay enough job. It's not under a 10. It's not a bad job. You don't know how to do this dance, so it makes sense that you don't roll a 20. You do you try to make any sort of small talk while you're dancing?
Yes, I remember that we have a job here,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not, of course, looking for that item, but I talk about the great master that we have, our Melkar ghost,
All right.
and yeah, that's wherever he goes, he makes money for everybody who deals with him.
All right. So I will say this. How much of what you just intended to say do you think Maddie gets out on an 11 performance while trying to not draw attention to yourself in a negative way? And this man is counting out loud to help you. So how much do you think you actually get across in this conversation?
I would say about 50-60%.
All right. Ah, Melkor Ghost, you say. All right. Make a persuasion check. The DC is pretty high because your performance was kind of low.
Performance or
Persuasion, because you're talking to him
persuasion?
about how
Yeah.
great your guy is that you hardly know. All right, again, sort of okay enough. He says, I guess if I run into him later, I'll strike up a bit of a conversation. Thanks. 7, 8, 1. Yes, great. 2, 3, 4. Garrick, you want to do anything while this is happening?
Well, I kind of got stood up, which I don't enjoy.
Yep.
Just standing there, like, okay, then I don't. And no, he's kind of like it was kind of a hit in the heart, like just standing me up, man. I'm just standing on the side, I guess, just looking, kind of silently judging on these steps. I could have let better. But,
Waiter comes over. Can I offer you a cupcake?
Sure.
How many cupcakes would you like?
Yes.
Gives you the whole plate of cupcakes.
Oh, thank you.
You got it.
Good luck, guy.
Alright, so you're eating a plate of cupcakes. Are you keeping an eye out for anything specific?
You know what? Yeah, I'm just looking around on the hands of the people. If I might just randomly see this ring on the hand of somebody.
Make an investigation check.
That's terrible.
That is what it is, though.
I know, I totally get it. Yeah, that is an intelligence
These
check.
cupcakes are good, yo. Alright. Blossom, do you want to do anything specific while you're standing there?
So they're having a conversation, but like I getting very distracted by like flowers, so I'm gonna just walk there and watch and still like listen in to if there's maybe something going on over there.
Sure. So you want to walk into the sun garden, sort of?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do that. What is it called? It's not a sun garden. What's it called?
I don't know.
It's written here somewhere. Anyway, see, there's a guy there. Who does he look like?
I don't know. You tell me.
Looks like Arthur.
Perfect. Why am I the one who's here? That's great. I'm just gonna look at the flowers.
He sort of takes a little step over and talks in a polite manner. Are you acquainted with these types of flowers? I must say, while they are quite stunning, I don't know enough about them to really appreciate them.
I feel like I would have, but I don't think it would have stuck very well.
Make a nature check. You know a few of them. You could point them out if you wanted to. You don't know all of them, though.
I know a few.
Which one would you say is your favorite?
These were they like dangerous or just exotic?
Exotic.
Mm-hmm. I really like the fire lily.
Point them out to me, please. I don't know which ones that
Blossom
is.
will point to these like lilies, but they are like these white, but the edges are like ruffled with this red, orangey.
Ah. Yes. Quite stunning. Who are you in the company of today?
Mr. Malcolm Malcar
Oh,
Ghost?
the man currently in audience with
Yes.
Kisar, I see.
Yes.
And you are his bodyguard detail.
Yes.
How interesting. I've noticed that most of the people here have come without bodyguard detail. It must mean this Malka Ghost is actually quite an influential and rich person.
Yes.
You worked for him for a long time.
No, not that long.
I'm terribly sorry. Are my questions catching you off guard, my lady?
No, it's quite alright. Sure, alright. It's alright.
Very well. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Otto Molin, and yours?
Sarah.
You can see he sort of raises his eyebrow just slightly as you say this. I see. Sarah. Sarah, when you entered the ballroom, I noticed you came in with two men hidden by illusion magic. You want to explain that to me?
What?
Oh, I could confront them myself, but this Malka ghost seems polite enough, so... I don't know who he has in his company, and I'm just trying to inquire to one of the most, or well, more polite and educated people of his party, apparently. You know things about flowers.
I like flowers.
Yes. And I like for the Kisar to be safe, so who
I
have you
understand that,
brought?
sir. Just a good company, I will tell you that. Trust me, there will be no reason to be worried about the Kisar, sir.
I see. Well, I hope you will come find me later tonight and inform me of your actual name once you feel comfortable doing so. Or you could do this now. My name is Otto. I did tell you the truth.
Yes.
Have we met before?
Well. So.
What's this supposed to mean?
I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying here. Have we been warned about? We have not been warned about this. Well, it's a little hard to explain. Sure.
Very well. Come find me later tonight when you know how to explain it. I don't want to have to alert the guard and cause a stir and cause drama. But I'll be keeping an eye on your company, Lady.
You're very welcome to
Sarah?
Sarah. Yes.
Alright. And you see, he sort of turns back around and he is here to guard the Kisar, but he's dressed like a guest. That's why you stand out, because you're not dressed like a guest.
I will silently make my way over to the rest of the group.
Yes. And also Melkar sort of like looks at you and sort of waves you away after it looks like the talk is going quite well. So he's like, I don't really need you to be here, so sort of waves you away. Like you can go and do your thing.
Alright. Flare.
Sure. You can see Flare just sort of finishing off her tarot card reading.
I have a problem. So, Arthur can see through whatever Lady
Mm-hmm.
Blackstaff.
Okay, but
Blackstaff
mm-hmm.
put on Fletcher and Garrick, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not very happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we going to do about that? Because he would
Okay.
like to speak with me tonight, and I don't feel very comfortable doing that.
Okay, so this is Arthur that doesn't know us, but we know him.
Yes.
I would normally say we have the upper hand, but looking at our situation, we don't have the upper hand.
No, we have no hand. There is no hand here.
Yeah, it's kind of right off.
I'm gonna try to flag Nola and Fletcher over.
Sure. And I will say also for Garrick, Maddie, the dance sort of finishes off. This guy thanks you, says, I'll be sure to try and find your Malkar ghost later tonight and have a chat with him. Thank you for the dance.
Thank you too. What was your name?
My name is George.
Nice.
This is Michelle not having a list of names ready. His name is George.
Thank you.
And yeah, you can see Maddie and Garrick as well, that Blossom and Flare are sort of having a chat and that they're waving the others over.
Flare would look especially at Garrick and also wait for him.
You're muted, Mark.
I mean,
That never happened before. I'll leave the last cupcake and go over.
Sure.
honestly, I don't think this chat is a good place to be in a hallway.
I don't know where else to have this chat.
What chat?
So
Why are we having a
Arthur's
chat
here?
in the hallway?
Who?
Oh yeah,
Arthur?
I noticed.
Yes,
Mhm.
and he knows that you two are not you two.
Does he know us?
No. But he did
Alright.
tell me to come talk to him later, and I don't want to do that.
Let's
I
do this
can come
outside,
with you
maybe in the
always.
garden.
Maddie, you
What?
get the feeling that they're talking about like they saw someone that they know, even though you're 1,000 years in the past.
I guess I can
You
talk.
saw
to him.
you saw somebody you recognized?
Yeah, maybe a great grandpa or relative from this person. But
Maybe.
he's kind of named the same. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is the same family lineage, let's say, this mad
It
guy,
happens. But-
right?
Like, he also kind of got on the fact that I'm not named Sarah, and he would like to speak tonight, and I don't feel comfortable with any of that. So
Alright,
what now?
We can figure this out. First of all, we are not taking this chat in the hallway. We're gonna go outside into the garden.
Oh, wait,
No.
Vajra gave us a job. Why don't we do the job?
Yes, let's do the job, but like,
Yeah,
We
no, I'm
just know
talking
he
about
is
later.
suspicious of the both of you being because he's like protecting the Khazar, right?
Yeah.
So just
So
Maybe
let's
you
be-
two should not do the job, because if he's suspicious of you and you start praising, then this might fire back. Maybe you should focus on the ring and we
I think
should try to do the job.
I think we need our combined skills. I mean, just quick in and out, 20-minute grab a steal. We can do this.
We are not stealing anything.
Quick,
Checking, quick check.
we're supposed to find information or something, right?
Yeah, not steal it.
Have
We're
anyone
Is this
seen
something-
this?
steal information.
Has anyone seen this thing yet? Or
Not
Trying
yet.
looking around, didn't see it yet.
Is there a place more guarded than any other place?
The conference room.
yeah, but it's fine in there. So also Arthur's there and there, so maybe don't go there.
No, this is complicated.
So
So I should
Shall we-
just dance or something.
let's just take a quick minute. We'll make a plan. Then we'll execute that at our earliest convenience.
So
Right.
the person you saw in the garden, looked like somebody you knew from before?
Yes.
Was
Well,
that person
technically
trustworthy?
after.
What?
Was that person trustworthy?
Well, he keeps his word.
Yeah, he does.
Why why don't we go over to him and maybe just tell him what we're looking for?
I have a question. How do you explain traveling from 1,000 years apart to find something that we don't know what this is exactly? This is the hardest part of the plan because if it's been like, I don't know, 10 years, it's explainable. But this,
Magic.
I don't.
Hello. We came back 1,000 years to kill somebody.
We're not.
We are not killing anyone.
Oh, find something. You know how this is going to look.
Yes.
Fletcher,
Kyle.
Kyle. Oh yeah, Kyle.
Kyle.
All right. I would love to dance because the music is amazing, and I just got my
Yes.
clothing, so
Let's. And
I'm
I'll.
gonna dance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, we're dancing?
No plan was made on that day. Anyway, maybe the next time they're gonna make a plan. Who knows? How exciting! Things are moving and shaking and definitely happening at this party. But what exactly are the consequences of these actions is what we're gonna find out next time. So until then, thank you for watching and don't forget to roll for frog.
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
Ribbit.